Hello, Booktube. Welcome back to Poetry Thursday, and I'm still reading you some W.T. Goodge in this big, insanely massive volume of Australian poetry. And today, I'm going to read you one called Mulligan's Shanty. So we'll see what this one's about. I haven't read this one. Things is just never the same as ever. On the outer never, and you look to find the stock of liquor scanty. But we found worse things than ordinary, and in fact a bit extraordinary, when myself and Bill the Pinker snuck the shanty. Shanty, says you? What shanty? Why, Mulligan shanty. I say whiskey, Bill says brandy, but there wasn't either handy, for boss was out of liquor in the line. Well, I'll try a rum, says Billy. Go no rum, he answers chilly, but I'll recommend a decent drop of tine. Tine, says Bill. What tine? Why, turpentine. Blow me blue, says Bill the Pinker. Can't you give us a deep sinker? Ain't go a cast over beer behind the screen. Bill was getting pretty cranky, but there wasn't any swanky. Says the landlord, why not try a drop of scene? Scene, says Bill. What scene? Why, kerosene. Well, we wouldn't spend tanner, but the boss' pleasant manner, and all our cursing couldn't easily demolish, says he. Strike me perpendicular, but you beggars are particular. Why, the squatter is in the parlours drinking Polish. Polish, says Bill. What's Polish? Why, furniture polish, and that's the poem. I thought it was really sweet. And we'll do one more. This is the Shearer's Cook. So here it is. Now shearers cooks and the shearers know are very seldom wont to blow, but when I took the dabbing tar, the picking up on the ballingar, the cook when the barbs come at morn to get a snack would say with scorn, tea on the left, coffee on the right, brownie on the bunk and blaze yes. The bunk or slab was in the hut, and on the brownie ready cut, 2 buckets over the fire would be, one filled with coffee and one with tea, and when the chaps came filling in, the cook would say with a mirthless grin, tea on the left, coffee on the right, brownie on the bunk and plays yes. Particular man, the shearer's cook, and had a very ugly look. To me new chum rouseabout, says he. One day we were all out. There's nothing in this world, my lad, that's worthy your worry, good or bad. Grief on the left, sorrow on the right, trouble on the bunk, but blast it. And that's some more what's his name? W.T. Goodge poetry for Poetry Thursday. And yeah, thank you so much for listening, Booktube, and I will see you next time.